Yay Networks.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Casillejos, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. My name's Lacey G.
I'm Anna.
Amy. And we have a special guest from across the pond. Joining us today, her name is
Pippa.
Pippa! Pippa stuck around so we could talk to her some more because she is just, you're fascinating and you are fun to talk to. And I love your energy.
Dang. And you fit right in.
That's why you're proving my point. London is my happy place. She makes me happy. She makes me happy. I need to go to London.
Yeah, come see us. Although you have to like dogs if you want to come stay with us because we have to.
Love dogs.
Perfect.
Love dogs.
Yeah, sorry, Taylor. That's the one thing that we don't agree on.
So, Pippa, what is your era's costume? Do you have something you're planning?
Or what you're wearing?
Yes. So I'm going with a couple of friends. There's three of us. So I came up with the idea that we should go as one of us is country Taylor, one of us is pop Taylor, and one of us is folk Taylor.
Love that.
So I'm doing pop because I listen to the pop the most. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking, I'm just looking into the best costume ideas, but I'm thinking I'm going to wear a kind of replica of the You Need to Calm Down pink jacket.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Bejeweled top. I'm gonna dye the ends of my hair pink for Lover. What am I missing? 1980. I can't find a 1989 thing because we're basing it all on music videos rather than tour outfits, and I can't find. So if anyone knows,
You could take a golf club.
golf club.
Oh, yeah, like in the blank space video.
I don't know if they'd let you in.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Never mind.
I was thinking to shake it off megaphone, but
Oh, that's good.
I can't find it anywhere.
I don't know
Isn't
if
there
they
a
let you that in there.
1989 necklace? I don't.
Or you could get a necklace with like a little like a seagull.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Would be good. Or the white sunglasses.
Oh yeah,
That's good too.
yeah. Or like in Style, she just wears white shorts, and then Bad Blonde, she obviously has like a full black outfit.
Yeah.
So that kind of works. And then shoes, I realized after like seeing it a million times, you have to wear flats. So I've got a pair of black flat, black knee high, well over the knee, kind of like black boots for Reputation. So I'm going all the different.
That's
Very
so
nice
cool.
for the pop.
That's a cool way to combine all of them.
Yeah, and then one of my friends is gonna basically she's got the Evermore coat and a white lace dress, and she's gonna put her hair in either the braid or the
Buns, the big buns. Yeah.
And then Country Taylor, I'm pretty sure she's just wearing a white dress, a cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and I'm not sure yet what to do for Speak Now. But yeah.
Cute.
My
That's
girl.
going to be so cute.
That's awesome. That is really cool.
Oh, and then the best bit was my friend was like, "That's not loud enough," and I was like, "Are you serious?" Okay. So we're all gonna wear cat ears as well.
Oh,
and
good.
So I'm Olivia, and Country Taylor is Benji, because I feel like Benji is her cat. Is kind of like the country bumpkin like, little one. Olivia is just the dumb one that's like always happy and dibbles. And then my other friend is going to be Meredith, and we're going to have little signs saying that we're her cats.
That's so cute.
But the idea originally that we would then get seen by her because we're like at the corner of the stage in front. But and then we found out that there's no like rep room or anything. So.
Yeah, but I have seen videos of when like she's leaving the stage, she like waves at the people that are like in those like sections that are right next to it.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've only had 2 shows so far. There's only so much.
Do you know what I realized though? Now I've been on here, easier to find it.
Yeah,
She'll just be like, "Yep, I know the podcast. Yeah, now I've heard Pippa. I'll find her in London."
Yeah, we're convinced. We're convinced.
I'm sure she's seen it. Like she's seen you 3 times, right?
Yes, which is crazy.
So, like it's.
She has liked the video from the podcast account, but I don't know if it was at a time where she was liking a bunch of videos.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't think she like went to our profile and like stalked us by any means. But I don't know. I could be wrong.
Anna, I have to be honest. I was telling a friend about, Anna in the London Times, Anna getting recognized by Taylor Swift, Anna this, Anna went to the concert this weekend. My friend was like, "Are you jealous of Anna?" And I was like, "No, I'm happy for her. I support her." Like there was no bitterness, none whatsoever. I was
Aw.
just sharing, but my friend was like, does that make you jealous? And I said, no, I wish you would have met her.
I mean, have we made the joke before that Anna's carrying the podcast on her back like Taylor Swift carries the music industry? Because you got it all.
I'm just really passionate about this podcast. I love it. I was telling Amy earlier before we started recording, I was like, this is my biggest passion project I've ever had.
Absolutely. It's so fun.
No, I'm glad that I haven't scared y'all off. just yet.
No.
I've done everything on this podcast from crying to, and then like in the first episode of this podcast, I was in tears.
Yes, very much so.
I know I'm not spoiling it because I know you talked about it, but as soon as I saw she was singing Mirable, I was like, text Anna! Oh my God, is she in it? Is she there?
It's so funny because I did get a bunch of after we posted that episode. When I jokingly said that, oh, Taylor probably thought I was at the first night. Like, it's okay. I got a bunch of messages from people being like, wait, no, I also thought you were at the first night. So it's very plausible Taylor did too. But it's okay. I posted a video on my TikTok in case she's watching, asking for Haunted
Yeah.
in Arlington. But I mean, it's a pipe dream.
That's so cute though. Imagine if like she specifically did Mirable for you,
I would-
thinking you were there.
No, I would.
That's
die.
like
Die
friend
dead.
level of dedication.
That's like, I would not be okay. Like, I would not be okay.
I was
but-
thinking about it as well, listening to it. I was like, I can't think of one song actually that stands out to me that I would have as my like
I was about
Anna's
to-
Mirable.
anthem song?
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, if you could pick one song to see live or as a surprise song, like, what song would you melt over? And it doesn't have to be, I know I'm dramatic. It doesn't have to be as, like,
Haunted is definitely up there because I never saw Speak Now,
Yeah.
and like it's just I think it's a really good one live. Ooh, it's so hard. I mean, I know that we're seeing a lot. Like I've seen. Obviously, you're not seeing any spoilers, and I won't spoil it. But 44 songs, like you get a good chunk.
you get a good chunk.
Of like, there's so much folklore in Evermore. Like Amy, you'll love it. Yeah, I honestly, there is not a single song that stands out in my head. I love all the ones like The Archer, Labyrinth,
All the emotional ones.
all the emotional ones, like 5 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Love all those. Do you know what I would really want to see live though is Wonderland. I
Ooh,
love
that
Wonderland.
would be good.
And I've never seen it, like even videos of it, her doing it live.
Has she ever
Because
performed
it was
it?
a deluxe one. So yeah, that would be up there.
That would be good. I would also love to see New Romantics. I know she did that on the 1989
Yeah.
tour, but that'd be cool. Every time we're at Taylor Fest and we play New Romantics, God, go hard.
It's a great one.
Or the very first night.
That was a good one too.
I'm now just for the next 10 minutes, my brain's gonna keep
like, what song
exploding.
what is my mirror ball? But yeah.
Well, I even like on my tattoo, I even have 5 different references.
Oh wow.
5 different songs.
Wait, tell us about your tattoo.
So I got this. Sorry, Mum, if you see this, because she doesn't like tattoos and she hates it. She doesn't want to look at it. I got this last year, I think. So it says, "Long story short, I survived and I think I'm finally clean because I love.
I love that.
It's all to do with like healing from like
Yeah.
past stuff. And then I have 6 stars for my 6 scars in life. And then I have a little plane because obviously I fly a lot now. But it's also a reference to in Labyrinth, which said, I thought the plane was going down. How did you turn it around?
Yeah.
Because when I heard that, I was like, is she talking to herself? In like, how did I get myself out of this? I thought I
Yeah.
was done. Or is she talking to somebody being like, you were the hand that saved me? But either way.
It's
Right.
beautiful.
That is that's
Wow.
This is why, like, I know you, I remember you guys saying, like, you weren't that keen on Labyrinth when it first came out. And I was like, why? It's so, like, it's just amazing.
beautiful. It spoke to you.
Yeah, definitely.
That's so good. That's a beautiful tattoo.
Thank you.
That's incredible.
It came out a lot bigger when she did it. I was like, wow, it's like half my arm. But I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
That's really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
yeah.
I want another one.
Yeah,
Me too.
that's the trouble. Once you, when I first got my first one at uni, my friend was like, "Oh, you got the bug now. Just wait, you'll get loads." And I was like, "No, I'm not one of those. I'll be fine. I don't want to get covered."
Yeah.
And now I have 6.
Because you start itching for it. I only have 2, but I've been itching for another one. Once I have an idea, I'm going to do it.
I have a really immature finger tattoo that I want, like best friend finger tattoos, but nobody will do it with me. So I think I might just do it for myself, and I'm my own best friend. I'm going to do it myself. I don't need a partner.
Just do one on this hand and one on this hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you just demonstrated.
Yeah. I'll do
You
that.
are your own best friend. You should always. That was the video that you sent me the other day. You should always be your own number one fan.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I realized that as soon as I moved to America, like that was one of my biggest lessons I learned is if you're not your own cheerleader, how do you expect other people to back you? So like you 100% have to be able to rely on yourself and love yourself. And like every day if something goes wrong, you need to know that you can get yourself out of it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, how can anyone else?
Yes.
Pippa, thank you.
Yes.
I needed that. I did. No, you're 100% correct. 113%.
A lot of the time, I feel like I can relate to all of you in different scenarios, but I feel like you the most when like you have emotional moments and you cry. I'm like, yep, me too, girl.
I'm glad. That makes me feel better because sometimes I feel like I'm just word vomiting and like using this podcast as
No, it's
therapy.
wonderful.
Like I honestly feel like I do that. And I even tell my actual therapist about it. Like, I'm like, no, I have this podcast where I talk a lot about my feelings. And she was like, does it make you feel better? I said, yes. She was like, okay, then that's what matters.
See, that's the energy that you need. I hate all those people. Like Taylor said it in one of her interviews once, where she's like, "Don't apologize for being loud," or like,
Yeah.
I can't remember how she phrased it. It was the best.
Oh, and
But-
she was like, oh, am I being too loud in my
Yeah.
own house?
Yeah, exactly. And like,
Yeah.
yeah, I just think those people that are like, are you talking about Taylor again? Like, why are you so obsessed? I'm like, why aren't you obsessed?
Like, or why do you care?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you
Like-
shouldn't make someone feel bad for being excited.
Yeah.
That was another one that she did. But yeah, it just, there are so many scenarios where I feel like either when I relate it to a song, I make myself feel better, or it's just that idea of like, when you're going through something, it's like, okay, it's normal. Everyone goes through this.
Yeah.
And it's just comforting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've seen people who like, oh, you're not a Taylor Swift fan. I guess you've never been wronged or try to seek revenge. I guess you've just had, a perfect life.
Yeah, you haven't experienced life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or when people say that, like, oh, I don't like her music, I'm like, is that because all you've heard is Shake It Off? Because
Yeah.
I'm a Swiftie and, like, I will listen to it in concert and bop along to it, but I don't click play on my phone.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not the go-to.
Yeah, I really, whenever people say like they don't like Taylor Swift's music, I'm like, have you listened? Like, have you like actually listened? Because like you're right, it's like they probably just know like the radio pops, which is totally fine. If that's there's a bunch of artists where all I know is just their biggest hits, and that's totally fine. But I feel like with Taylor Swift, she did have like a reputation when she was younger for love songs, breakup songs, whatever. But it's like now we're 10 albums in. It's like get rid of that. Like no, like you haven't listened.
Well, it's even like when Me came out, so many people were like, are you serious? This was the first single? It's so childish. And I'm like, I was dancing. I loved it when it came out. It was so fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were all defending Me.
We were.
We were in the trenches.
We were
defending
in the beginning.
defending it because I'm not gonna let anybody talk poorly on my girl. No.
No, and I love that she's created such a positive space for us all to come together.
Which is
Not
so cool.
other fan bases are like that. And sometimes you get the negativity that's trying to come in, but I'm not going to put up with bullying. If you want to, if you're going to be mean because you think that's going to make me do something. No, I'm not going to. You're not going to force my hands into anything. And I think that we should all behave the way Taylor would want us to behave, which is with kindness and taking other people into consideration and checking up on people and making sure that everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Well, she also she goes out of her way so much to be really inclusive, and like I loved. I saw a TikTok video of her I don't know. At one point in the first concert, she just said to all my guys, girls, and non-binary pals, or she rhymed it, and it was perfect. And so many people commented on it, being like, "Thank you for saying that," because nobody ever mentions that there's non-binary people in the audience, or all that she did during all the pride stuff that she did, and generally she just seems like she's trying to reach out to anyone and everyone, and I love that.
Yeah.
And I love her for so many reasons, but I think her as a person, even if you put her music aside, is just is a good person to try and idolize and try and look up to and kind of go, yeah, I should be that kind, or I should go out of my way to do that, or I should, move to New York and not be too scared by it.
Yeah. She's so genuine to seek out people and send them gifts.
Oh my
people aren't
God.
telling her to do that.
Right.
She's not, people aren't saying, oh, Taylor, it's going to look good if you do this. She just does it. She has always taken it upon herself. And do other artists do that? I think that's the one thing that other artists haven't jumped on. Like usually if you're the first to do something, then it's like, oh, that's a great idea. Beyonce's surprise album. Now everybody wants to have a surprise album, but I don't think other artists send and research their fans and send them just care packages. Yeah.
The way that she has. Yeah. I think that's part of the strongest thing about her fan base is the relationship that she has, you know, with us. Like we feel like at any moment she could send me a care package because that's the type of person she is, which is incredible. I remember one time, I think it was on the 1989 World Tour where a fan had collected a bunch of like letters and stuff from other fans. And this one fan took it to the meet and greet. It gave it to Taylor. And then later that like night or the next day, Taylor found every single like the Instagram of every single person that wrote a letter, and she just wrote paragraphs talking.
Oh my gosh!
Like, thank you so much for whatever, and like even like specifically like about things that they had mentioned in their letters. And I've seen screenshots of all of them like compiled together, and it's a ton. Like she went through and found every single person that had written a letter to her in that little fan project, and like said thank you.
Wow.
And that was like 1989. That wasn't just like early Taylor. Like she was already playing sold out stadiums at that point, and she was still doing that.
Yeah, I love her for that.
I'm not disappointed that I've never gotten a care package or anything from you, Taylor Swift. Don't worry about that. However, I heard she was sending out Christmas gifts or like Christmas cards and stuff, and I was out of town, and I ran back home. As soon as I got home, I ran to the mailbox because I just knew I was going to have something from Taylor Swift. I did not. Yeah. But maybe next year.
We got a PR package.
We did get a PR package.
So
that's true. That was exciting.
That was very exciting. So we're getting closer. We're getting closer. We're on the radar, which is good. And then she's gonna see Samantha in her lobster costume and be like, I know.
Somebody asked me. They said, how are you going to introduce yourself to Taylor Swift if you meet her? And I said, I kind of hope she just knows who I am. Like, I don't have to. She's like, oh, hey, Anna, Amy Lacey.
But she's good about that.
Welcome.
Like, she is. Like, that would be insane. But, but she does that. Like, she knows her fans by name.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if, like, one day in, like, a year's time or something, she was sat in this chair? What would you talk about?
You know what? I have actually thought about this. I know this question I have thought about.
What's the answer?
I don't know.
I thought about it as far as going, no idea.
No, I don't know. I have thought, I was like, if Taylor Swift was in studio, I was like, who has the best camera angle? Like, where would she sit? Where would
by
we have
you.
her?
Every single guess is by you.
But I think she would sit here because I think this is like almost a better.
Okay.
I've thought about this.
That sounded so like everyone always gets to sit next to you. What about us?
It just happens to be how the microphones are plugged in.
No, I'm very happy being a wallflower. I do not like the attention. I'm still shocked that I'm on a podcast.
You're doing so great.
No, thanks. Yeah.
I would interview Taylor out of obligation for this podcast, but besides that, I wouldn't want to interview her. I would want to hang out with her. I would want to chat with her. I don't want it to be an interview, but having this podcast, I most definitely would for this podcast. Yeah. But just generally, no, I want to hang out with her. I want to sip on wine. I want to do crafts.
Yeah.
I want to gossip. I want to talk about boys.
Yeah.
Also, how would you go back to the podcast after that? You'd be like, I've reached my peak. We met Taylor. Like,
we've
the
said
end.
That. We have said that. We've said that after we meet Taylor. We're done. That's it. I mean, jokingly, right?
Yeah,
because I
sure.
Could you imagine? We're like, yeah, we met Taylor Swift. We got like the most downloads hits we've ever gotten ever. We're like, bye. Yeah, but I was thinking because, I mean, at this point, there's only been 2 shows on the Eras tour. And we haven't seen, I mean, we assume that there's no meet and greets because we haven't seen anything. And then I was like, but what if there is and they just have to like sign an NDA that says, you know, like, yeah, you can meet her and like say hi, but you just can't post about it on social media. I would jump at that in a heartbeat.
Oh, sure. I don't need,
you know,
yeah,
I don't need to. For all you know.
We have
maybe
already.
I've seen a couple of videos of people like there was a guy that proposed during the Bridge of
Oh,
Love
I saw
Story,
that.
and there was a couple that literally got married in the arena, and I was like, as much as I love my partner, if he tried to do that, I'd be like, get up. We are not doing this now. I'm watching Taylor Swift. Tell me tomorrow.
Yeah. No, yeah. Honestly, my fiance Ryan, I had asked him if he wanted to go to the concert with us because we got some extra tickets. Like, Blair's coming, Nick's wife, and everything. So I was asking him, I was like, did you want to come to the concert with us? And he was like, wholeheartedly, he was like, this is for you. You know, he was like, I don't want to take. Somebody else should be in that spot with you guys. And I was like, if you can't handle me at a Taylor Swift concert, just be honest about it.
He has gone to a Taylor Swift
He did.
concert
He took
with
me
you.
to Reputation.
Yeah.
Which is the one and only time. Just kidding. I just went to the airport. Before last weekend, Reputation was the only time I'd seen her. And Ryan surprised me with tickets and took me, and I cried when he
Wow.
surprised me with those tickets.
See, this is what I love. My partner, James, is a massive Swiftie as well. And so many of his friends are like, yeah, you're basically just like, you're just a Swiftie because Pippa is. And he's like, no, genuinely, I am a fan.
Yeah.
I'm going to prove this to you. And they're like, no, she's your beard. You're just, you know, this isn't real. And he is determined. So he does not know how to prove it to them, but he is a massive Swiftie.
We'll find a way to have him prove it.
Yeah, that reminds me, because Ryan, like, he always says that he's a Swiftie by association because of me, because like I'm like obviously over the top.
It bleeds over.
Yeah, like he can't help but know everything, listen to everything. And it's funny because when people ask him about it, he's very nonchalant about it because he does like Taylor Swift, but I'm the one that's always playing the music and everything. But we were at an airport in Mexico at a restaurant where it's loud and busy, and he goes, do you hear that? It was Willow.
Before you noticed?
Before I noticed. I didn't even hear it.
Wow.
I was like, he goes, do you hear that? And I was like, what? And he was like, it's Taylor Swift. And I found the speaker that it was coming from because there was TVs playing.
I'm just seeing you like climbing on top of tables.
No, I really did. I got up and I found the speaker that it was coming from, and I listened. And I was like, oh my God. And it was Willow, by like out of all songs, like by Taylor Swift. And I was like, Ryan, you just heard that in the distance in the airport, and you knew. Like, it wasn't even. I was just so impressed. And
I can just imagine you at that moment be like, I love you.
I was like, I made the right choice. I made the right choice for sure. He was speaking my love language by hearing a Taylor Swift song in the wild.
See, this is why I love living in two different countries, because now whenever if she does release European dates, then I can go again.
Yeah.
And I can go to London.
Yes.
With James and my friend.
Yes. She will.
So I can see her try.
Are you the friend?
I was waiting for my invite.
Oh, sorry, yeah, come along. If we can get tickets. I mean, so many people now are like, after the insaneness of getting the tickets in America, what is going to happen with the Europe tour?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like, it's going to be worse.
But hopefully it sounds like you guys have it more figured out over there as far as like scalpers and things like that.
And reselling.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I heard this morning.
Right? Yeah.
I
Like,
don't know.
like,
I think
like
that there's
prices don't skyrocket.
regulations
There's more regulations and
there
things.
than
Yeah.
here.
There is still a lot of speculation this week now is coming at the end of the American leg.
I hope so. I was actually wondering if it was going to happen today, but that's every day.
Yeah, because have you seen the thing of like the shirts that she wears?
They don't know. They don't know.
Oh,
I'm waiting to
Sorry.
tell. I'm waiting to tell them all the tour Easter eggs.
I don't know I don't
But
know
I have.
everything.
I know what you're talking about, and yes,
I-
I have seen it, and yes, I'm on board.
I don't see her until May 7th, so I was like, there is no way I'm going to stay off TikTok until then.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to, like, I know I'm going to love it 10 times more when I'm there.
Yeah, they've done
Sure.
a very good job of staying away from everything.
At least you're seeing her quite early on.
True.
Like,
Yeah,
you don't,
true.
it's not like, some people aren't seeing her till like July.
I know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to. Like, I physically would not be able to not look. Granted, I went to the second night and I still looked.
Second night, wow, yeah. You really were opening weekend. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I just wish that she'll come to London.
She will. She can't have a song London Boy and then not go.
Agreed.
Yeah. I remember when that first came out, literally every person that lives in London was like, there is no way that, people keep saying, Americans that have no idea how big London is, saying that she's gone to all these places in one afternoon.
I don't know why people think it was just one day.
It's like she's been in a relationship for 3 years. I'm pretty sure that they've had different dates all over the place. Somebody even calculated it and they were like, okay, if you do the tubes this way round and you go this way, you can do the whole loop in like 6 hours or something. And I was like, okay, that's just Swifties for you.
I love that.
Go
Just
to
knock it
extra
out.
lengths to work these things out.
I love it.
Pippa, do you want to end this episode?
Oh
Do you
my
know how to
gosh,
end
pressure. I can't think of it now. Like I've heard it, like thousands of times? No, probably not. What do you normally say?
Nick usually does. He's like, well, that's it for this episode of 13, a Taylor
Yeah.
Swift fan podcast.
I don't know.
Leave
what
us a
he
review,
says.
and all the ways to contact us are in the description of this podcast. Something along those lines.
But you don't have to if you're
You
gonna
don't
like
have
the
to.
pressure.
You don't have to.
No, I will. I'm
Okay.
just trying to remember all those different things to say. I'm
Nick
not
messes
gonna
it up
remember.
every
Make-
single time.
yeah.
Okay, do your outro.
You can say whatever you want. It really doesn't
Oh,
have
I'm
to
so
be
nervous.
All right, we're going to have our special in-studio guest. Shall I even call her best friend status now? Our Swiftie bestie is going to close us out on this episode.
Thanks for listening to this podcast. Feel free to leave us a like and a nice review. I say we. I mean, I'm not part of this.
Yes, you are. You officially are.
Yes, you
Pippa.
are. You've done 2 episodes with us now. You're part of it.
Hey, if you're like me and you've been following from the very beginning, that's great. Go check it out. If you're just joining us, again, not us. Feel free to leave us a like and thanks for listening.
Perfect.
Thanks for listening to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.